thought you were out of town.
I was. That was quick.
Yeah. Well, I wish it lasted longer. Short but sweet, huh?
Yeah. It was good to be away with Rich.
I'll bet it was. Well, are you gonna make me ask?
Ask what?
Your new wedding date. You must have discussed it.
You want to know something strange? Not only did I not discuss it, but I didn't even think about discussing it.
Then why did you go out of town?
We went out of town because Rich had to make a decision. A decision about Thorne.
And what about the fill-ins for fall?
They're all in, pattern and cut.
Good. And the Orientals?
Well, let's say China was a little bit difficult, but I found a guy in Hong Kong, John Len. The guy's a magician. We got all the silk and crepe we could ever possibly want.
Good. Excellent.
Oh, check this out.
What? What is it?
It's a new synthetic. Sort of like a rayon, but textured. It's out of Singapore.
Well, I'll play with this.
Dad. Any word from Ridge?
No. Not yet.
Ridge? Well, you're back much sooner than I thought. Where's Brooke?
I dropped her off at her place. Just for a couple of hours, so you and I can talk. Mother, I'll be down in a few minutes. Just don't go anywhere, all right?
Will you write this up for me? I can't read this stuff.
I'll get it. Yeah. Yeah, Trish. Yeah. Dad, for you.
Yeah, hello.
I told Trish not to let Thorne know it was me, so don't you let on.
What is it?
Ridge is home and he wants to talk.
I see. I'll be right there.
Eric, this isn't going to be easy.
I'm on my way. Look, Thorne, I have to,
That's Mother, isn't it?
Who is it? Who's there? Kristen.
This can't possibly surprise you.
Well, it does.
Well, it shouldn't.
The photograph I gave your husband.
That's why I'm here, all right.
Come in. Have a seat.
No, Mick, I won't be staying long. Why did you give this photograph of me to my husband?
the bold and the beautiful. This portion sponsored by Tide with Bleach. It'll knock your socks off, and it'll get them whiter than any other detergent.
Thorne.
Yes,
And Ridge has to make a decision about him.
that's what he told me.
What kind of decision?
I really don't know, but I think it's something extremely serious because I haven't seen Ridge this preoccupied before.
And he wouldn't tell you what it involved.
All I know is that he had a talk with his parents. And whatever they said must have knocked him for a loop because he hasn't been the same since. That's when he had to leave.
And he asked you to go along.
Well, that's the one bright spot in this rather dreary picture.
That's quite a bright spot, I'd say.
You know something strange, Donna? All I can see is Ridge dealing with this enormous problem. And all I can think about is him and what he must be feeling. All my problems just become very insignificant.
You know what that says to me? It says that you really are in love with this guy. Not because he's rich and incredibly attractive, as wonderful as that all is, but because of something more. Something inside of him that causes you to forget about yourself when he's troubled. That's the real thing, Brooke. I'd be pretty glad if I were you.
Yeah, well, maybe I will be as soon as all this is over. I just keep thinking that there's something very dark and very foreboding. Something very frightening that is about to happen at the Forrester estate. And it involves Ridge and Thorne.
What makes you think it was your mother on the phone?
Dad, not much gets by me these days. What did she want?
No, come on, Thorne.
What did she want?
She needs me at home.
Why?
Ridge is back.
I'm going too.
Thorne, no.
Why the hell not?
Look, you're not privy to every conversation your mother and I have.
Well, I'll tell you what. If Ridge can listen, I can listen.
Well, maybe it involves Ridge and not you. Have you thought about that?
You know damn well that isn't the case.
Son, I don't know what this is all about. Ridge and Brooke leave, and now suddenly Ridge is home. Maybe there's another wedding in the works.
I wish that was it, Dad. I'm sure you do too. But I know it isn't, and so do you.
Well, regardless, you're not going to be part of this conversation. Now, I know that's aggravating, but you're just going to have to accept it.
You know, there's only one reason that you're keeping this from me. It's because it does involve me. You don't even have to confirm it. I'll save you the lie. I know it's true. Now, what are you and Mother hiding from me?
Thorne, I repeat, your mother didn't tell me why Ridge wants to see us, but he wants to see us, and he wants to see us in private.
Okay, fine. No, it isn't fine. You tell Ridge I want to see him as soon as you're done with him. Not tomorrow, not next week, not a couple of days from now. I want to see him today. I want to find out what the hell is going on. I want to find out from Ridge.
Take it you called Dad.
Yes, I did.
You want to wait for him?
Whatever you'd like. So how was your trip? I was delighted, by the way, that you took Brooke with you.
Yes, I'm glad I did too. If I hadn't, I might not have come back at all. That's how disillusioned I am with a brother that tried to kill me.
What's with this husband of yours, anyway? Walking around as beau rivage half the time.
That's another topic altogether. What I want to know is why did you give a copy of this to my husband?
Why not? He admires my work.
A lot of people admire your work, Mick. Do you hand them all photographs? Especially nudes of me? You have no right. This is deeply personal.
Glad to see you feel that strongly about it.
I feel angry about it. What is it, Mick? Are you trying to destroy my marriage?
Well, it wouldn't be too hard from what I hear.
Hear from whom? Where the hell are you getting your information from?
I was at the Mexican restaurant that night, remember? It didn't look like true love to me.
The nerve of you to judge my marriage on the basis of
Oh, cut the crap, will you? Well, what are you doing here, Kristen? To lay me out? To let me know how upset you are about a picture? Hell no. You could have done that with a letter or a phone call. Or you could have just told your husband the truth. That you and I once had a love affair. That it happened before you were married. Any husband would understand that. But you didn't tell him. And you have no intention of telling him. Because we still have something between us, lady. And that's why you're over here. To check that out. To check out what's left. Well, I'll show you what's left.
Now do you understand why? Why I fought so hard for you not to find out about this?
How long do you expect to cover it up? Another year, 2 years, 5? Until Caroline eventually left Thorne, it triggered some memory and he'd come and try and shoot me again?
This is just speculation on your part.
That means it may or may not happen. That also means I should have been told so I could at least defend myself against this so-called brother of mine.
Stop it, Ridge.
Well, Dad, come in and join us.
Ridge, you have nothing, absolutely nothing to fear from your brother, as long as his marriage stays intact.
That is very little consolation, considering Caroline's on the verge of moving out.
Yes, we all know she went to see the attorney yesterday.
Did she tell Thorne?
No.
She said she didn't want to disrupt your wedding, as long as it happens sometime in the immediate future.
Which means without a firm wedding date on my part, she'll tell Thorne she wants to divorce immediately.
That's right. Unless you talk her out of it.
I already told you I wouldn't do that.
Why not?
How many reasons do you want? 1, it's none of our business what she does. 2, the thought of her sleeping with a man that shot me in the head. But the most important reason is that Caroline doesn't love Thorne, so why should she be married to him?
I see. That means that she loves you more, is that it?
Not that it's relevant, but yes, that's probably true.
Oh, I think it's quite relevant.
I think so too, son.
You're not being objective.
Objective? Is that what you want? Objectivity? All right. Take a letter written in your hand to Caroline, professing your undying love.
She read that letter the day of the wedding, didn't she? And what did she do? Nothing. She could have stopped the wedding, Ridge. She could have gone off with you, but she didn't do that, did she?
She married your brother. And there's only one reason that she did that. Because of her love for Thorne. She wanted him more than she wanted you, son. And I think it's high time you faced up to that fact.
What are you doing?
What we both wanted me to do ever since we laid eyes on each other.
No, Mick, you're wrong about that.
I don't think so.
Now, you listen to me. I did not come here for this. I came here to tell you to stay away from my husband. Yes, he admires you. He idolizes you. But if you think you can take advantage of that to get closer to me, it's
Your
not
husband is an artist. And he'll be famous someday. He's got talent, ambition, and an ego to match all the ingredients for success, but not for a marriage.
You don't know a thing about my husband.
Oh, cut it out, will you? You know damn well I'm right on the money. The man is never gonna love you the way that I do. And yes, Kristen, I do love you.
Love and desire are two different things, Mick.
Oh, you don't believe that any more than I do. We've proved they're the same.
No. No, I was never convinced of that.
Kristen, you were a frightened co-ed, a frightened little girl. You were frightened of your hunger, your passion, but so help me, Kristen, you were getting over it. You didn't have to leave. Why did you leave?
I was overwhelmed.
Don't you get it? When it's right, love overwhelms. And if you're not overwhelmed by this man you call a husband, then you're settling for less than what you could have had. What we could have had together.
I don't want to be overwhelmed. I need control. I need that.
For what? What do you need so much damn control for?
Because I'm afraid, that's why.
Kristen, I promise there's nothing to be afraid of. I promise I would never hurt you. I swear it.
Mick, I'm married. What you're asking is impossible.
But it's what you want.
I want. What I need is for you to stay away from me and my husband. If you love me, you'll do that for me. Don't upset my world, Mick. Please don't do that to me. Don't do it.
This has nothing to do with my talking with Caroline.
Yes, it does, Ridge. It has everything to do with it.
If you would just try and believe in this marriage.
Well, I don't. And for good reason.
For good reason? Why? Because she's always pursuing you? That's because you're always available. She's always been vulnerable to you. Ridge, if you would just stay out of the picture the way you did when Thorne was courting her, this marriage would have a chance. Their love might come to fruition.
Why should I do that for him after what he did to me?
Because you owe him.
I owe him? Look, I'm not the one who got a gun and tried to...
Oh, come on, Ridge. How the hell do you think you would react if you found out that your brother had slept with your wife?
Oh, damn it, Dad. That was a prank.
A
that's
prank?
all. Yes.
A prank that ends up in sexual intercourse? Come on. You cannot continue to call this an innocent practical joke.
I'm not saying that. It was a very big mistake.
Oh, yes. Probably the biggest mistake you will ever make in your life. And this prank of yours caused a betrayal, Ridge. A betrayal of the most sacred covenant between a man and a woman. Their sexual fidelity. No, I'm sorry. There's no way you can continue to downplay that.
Think that justified an attempt to kill me?
No, I don't think that justifies anything.
Ridge, thank God. He didn't kill you.
Thorne doesn't remember a thing. When he does, he might try to come after me again.
I can't answer that. But I know one thing. There's a right way and a wrong way for him to remember all of this.
And the wrong way is for him to find out that his wife is divorcing him because she's infatuated with his brother.
Infatuation? That's all you think of her feelings for me?
Son, if there were more, if it truly had substance to it, she would have responded to that letter of yours.
She didn't even read the letter until the morning of her wedding.
Lots of people get left at the altar.
If Caroline truly loved you, she never would have married Thorne. Now, you have an obligation, a duty, to do everything you possibly can to save that marriage. It's a moral responsibility, Ridge, nothing less. I'm sorry, but that's the way it is.
Jewelry provided by Stephen Dweck. Join us again for the bold and the beautiful.